What's good, YouTube? This is the second part to the other video I made about Mizkif and Muriel. You know the situation. This is Mizkif's response, and bro, this response does not make him look any better. Why did he? I feel like some of these people need PR teams, because he's been in the game for so long. I looked him up. He's been doing this since like 2010, like when I was little. So yeah, he got to stay in the game. So he comes back and trying to explain how he wasn't an abusive and like crazy boyfriend. And yeah, y'all just see. Let's start with the first clip. I don't remember what the first clip is. It's gonna come to me after y'all see it. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It's been your boy Tyler Saint. Let's get into this.
To date officially in January of 2022, and up until my cancellation, everything was perfect. She brushed over that I threw water bottles or my phone near her, but that wasn't during fights. I want to make that very clear. It would be me throwing my phone on my bed when I brushed my teeth. She did tell me she got a bruise from it, and I stopped. That's all that happened. I will throw you and show you an example, Chad. Look at me. I would throw my phone on the bed. I would just lob it over because I was going to bed. So I would just throw the phone. That's it. And when that's the whole thing. I didn't throw it at her. I want to make that very clear. I never threw it at her. I never hit her. And she even said in her situation that she bruises easily. She brushed over that I threw water bottles with her on my phone near her, but that wasn't during our fights. It would be throwing my phone on my bed when I brushed my teeth. She did tell me she got bruises from it, and I stopped. That's all that happened. I did feel a lot of stress over the time of our relationship up until this point from her stalkers.
And I'm trying to really understand, like, bro, I totally understand you go home after a long day at work or whatever you do, and you throw your phone on your bed. But if you know there's a person on your bed, you're not just gonna fling your phone like that. Fling your phone like that all willy-nilly. I'm keeping that in. Yeah, hey, listen, wabi sabi. The mistakes in the video makes it perfect. But as I was saying, you knowing someone being on the bed, the etiquette would you just placing your phone right on the bed. If it's the bed that big that you can just throw your phone, evidently it wasn't that, because she was hitting her in the face, you know. And this is all semantics and things that don't really matter, but this is all a part of like how she got a black eye. I mean, she bruises easily, like she said, or he said in the video. But bro, it's just poor etiquette of just you throwing your phone in the bed. If I knew my girlfriend or anybody was on the bed when I was sitting there, I'm not just going to just fling my phone out. In the back of my head, maybe I have more sense than this man Mizkif. I'm thinking, oh, there's a chance I'll hit them with my phone, especially if I'm throwing it at a high velocity like he was doing. He didn't even throw it that hard, but that thing went far. And phones are very solid, very hard. Can you imagine getting hit with a phone? Like you out the car, someone let their phone fly out behind you and it hit you in the car, bro. You're gonna fracture your skull a little bit or something, man. And then he brings up the stalker situation, and my opinion on the stalker situation, you asked her to come live with you because she lived by herself, and you're like, oh, since a whole bunch of people live here, that's going to deter the stalkers from like trying to find you. Literally, this is what you signed up for. This is why you told her to come live with you, and you're trying to make it a whole big deal that she has some stalker. You know, I get it. People are not prepared for certain things in a relationship, but this is the reason why she's living with you. So these people get deterred, and you can try to protect her, and all these other people at the household can protect her. And you was like, oh, it's stressing me out. I feel like Mizkif, I'm gonna show him ranting about the stalker things in the situation, but Mizkif is more concerned with himself and not the woman who's actually getting stalked. That's my gripe, you know, and that's what's pissing me off.
Her TikTok postings. We found after being with each other that her stalkers had a lot from would come to her a lot from her short form content. These people were schizophrenic and would think that she is talking to them. Whether it was songs she played, the way she looked at the screen, or just the titles of the videos, these people started to feel she was talking to them and come to our house to stalk her. These people thought in their heads they were dating her. They were out of their mind and dangerous. I told her, if we're gonna be serious about this relationship, I need her to stop posting as much and to not farm these people. She agreed and understood that it was a safety concern for not only me, but the house. Russell.
Like as y'all can see from that last clip, y'all get what I'm saying, that she got popping from making short form content, making TikToks. That's what I need to start doing. But like, she got popping from all that, and he's telling her she has to stop doing it. Like, you're making them, you're luring them in, you're enticing them. When I look back at her content, that's not even her. That wasn't even her content. She wasn't even like trying to sell a dream to these weirdos. But that comes with the anime community. A lot of these people are under the niche of people that really don't go outside, take showers, or interact with people. I'm not saying anime is more mainstream now, but the community back in the day when I was younger, I'm 22, I'm acting like I was in there in 1988, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, it's a very niche culture, and all the other people would see these characters and see her dress up as these characters, and now what those feelings they got for them characters or their waifus or things of that nature they put on to her because, oh, she's real. She's not just in my head. She's not a character. She's just not a figurine. And it gets highly unhealthy because these people lack social skills and communication skills and dealing with people in real life. And that's sick. And Mizkif is just like, oh, you're farming them. You're like, it sounds like he's putting blame on her and he's only concerned. I said that last clip, but like, it just rubs me the wrong way of the way he's approaching it and the way he's phrasing it and the way he's framing it. Like, oh, you're putting everybody in danger. You told her to come live with you and you decided to date her. And right after this, the next clip I'm about to show is him trying to throw a pity parade. How like, oh my God, they're just doing crocodile tears. Like, oh, my life was so horrible at the time, and I get it. At the time, he was getting framed for trying to cover up essay and things of that nature, which is horrible. Nobody should have smut on their name like that. Oh, woe is me. Oh, her stalkers are really affecting me for real. This is the prime situation. You ever talk about your trauma or something happened to you and another person be like, I did something once, like the SpongeBob meme, and they always make it about them. I get that vibe from Mizkif. He finds a way to make everything about him, and it's just sick. It's just sick. And I get being depressed and things of that nature, but I just don't feel bad for him because this whole response and this whole clap back at Emerald was just a reactionary thing because he always would let her know. He'll say it later on in the video that, oh, if you come for me or say all the stuff I did for you or I did to you, I'm going to ruin your career. I'm going to go nuclear. Why would you say that? Literally, Mizkif wouldn't be in this situation if he just kept his loud mouth shut. Just shut up. Like, bro.
Others trying to claim I covered up sexual assault. It was proven wrong, but that destroyed my mental health. I felt like my brain cracked, and I was never the same since. I was suicidal, depressed, and I didn't know what to do with my own life. Every day felt like an absolute nightmare. I was losing OTK, my mental health, and all my friends. Emerald was one of the only people that were there for me. She ditched sponsors to go with me to Japan. She went with me anywhere I needed because she wanted me to be happy. And she knew sometimes I freaked out, I lashed out, but she loved me and she knew I was in a terrible mental place.
You see the way in the framing he's trying to put her in like a benevolent light, but still try to like stab her in the back. Like, he's like, oh, she really helped me. She really helped me through this. But simultaneously, he's going to bring up her having her rabbits die, which rabbits can die from stress. And this man, Mizkif, was screaming and hooting and hollering, punching holes in the wall and getting irate. He said it himself. She had higher viewers than him. He would walk in and out her room banging on the door, crazy, just banging on the door so much that he broke the door hinges. That his girlfriend had higher views than him. That is so crazy. Then, not only that, she said, oh, all the rabbit cages were all disgusting and had mice in them. You sat there and watched that happen in your household and did nothing about this. Mizkif, this does not make you look better. Her having all those mice and having all that rabbit trash, that literally could be framed of her taking the rabbits out the cage and they're no longer in that cage because she was moving out the house. Bro, this man, Mizkif, compiled all these things so he can have this blackmail because he knows that if she ever came out about him, he would have to have something on her as a clapback to defend himself. He's literally, it's just a contingency plan, bro. Because if these rabbits were really in trouble and you just let that happen, this doesn't make you look like a good person. This doesn't. It just makes you look like an opportunist. It's like people talk about the Epstein Island list. Like Elon Musk. Remember when Elon Musk was talking about Donald Trump? Donald Trump was on the Epstein file. That's why he doesn't want to release them. That doesn't make you look good. You just harboring a fugitive.
These were a big part of her life. But as those rabbits moved out of her room and into the living room, they started to see disgusting neglect. No food, no water, sometimes not having clean bedding for weeks. I, along with many others who would come over, would give them what they needed, and I would tell her all the time to take care of them, but to no avail. She completely neglected those rabbits, so much that many of them just died over 1 year of being around in my house. Here is a video up close of Emeru's rabbits. These are small little mites that are inside the rabbit cage, and she didn't care. She completely neglected these animals, and I'm not going to sit around and let people say that she didn't. People who came to my house knew that they were neglected. This is an up-close view of the rabbit cage being completely disgusting and neglected. She left them to die, and I'm not going to sit here and have her pretend she didn't. It's fucking disgusting.
Boyfriend of the year. And I love how he's like, oh, I wasn't that controlling. And he proceeds to list down all the things she couldn't do without them. You can't leave without me. You can't stream without me. You can't do this without me. You can't, bro. And the way he frames it, I'm doing this all to protect you. You're making me hurt you. You're making me abuse you. Bro, come on, gang. Can we be for real right now? At the end of the day going in. You can't control somebody. Like the ebbs and flows of life is going to happen. I get it. Your girlfriend is in a public eye. She's famous. But at the end of the day, she can hire security. She hires security at TwitchCon. So why? I don't need her to go anywhere without me. No, you just want to keep tabs on her because you're insecure.
Talking about stalkers and schizos as a whole. Stop talking about past relationships. And yes, I didn't want her to travel without me. I also said that I didn't want her to hang out with specific people. This is because I didn't want her to get hurt. I didn't want Emmy to get assaulted. I didn't want some man to do something to her when I'm not there, and I wanted to keep her safe. And I know with how my mental was and who I was back then that I didn't do everything right. I know I could have done better, and I'm sorry. I know I was controlling and I should have just ended the fucking relationship, but I was so confused as a person. And I'm sorry I did it. I'm sorry things got to this fucking point, man.
And I'm not saying I have a lack of empathy, but it's hard for me to feel for people because I'm a selfish person myself. You know, I'm thinking about me 24/7 and how I can succeed in my life and how to be the best human being I can be, mentally and physically and sexually. Wink. Ladies, I'm joking. No, I'm not. But man, it's just like my sympathy meter for you go out the window when you're clearly not a good person. And even in your like response to Emmy Rue, you're confirming all the things she said, and then you're just making yourself look worse. And guys, I'm doing the 6-7 thing right now, but what do you guys think is more severe? You throwing your phone at somebody, hitting them in the face, and disrespecting them by throwing water bottles at them after they told you please stop, or you're arguing with them, you're punching your boyfriend punches the wall, and you as a woman throw clothes and a plushie at this nigga. What you think is more severe? The phone, him punching the walls, him doing all these things, or you throwing plushies and clothes at him? Is that like a severe? What's more severe? Me personally, I would think the plushies getting thrown at me if I'm the boyfriend would really rage bait me into punching the wall. I'm joking, but that's what he says here, bro. Like, come on, man.
Situations got so bad, but Emmy was also violent. She would throw clothes or plushies at me, and I punched holes in the walls or slammed doors in aggression. I one time did say I was gonna kill myself during an argument, but Emmy did this as well numerous times. She would constantly say she's going to kill herself in arguments, and I have a picture where while I had a gun pointed at one of her stalkers who came to my house while she was in Kansas, she told me she was going to kill herself out of aggression of the situation while it was happening. This is the situation. I told her that a stalker's at the house. I'm freaking out. What is happening? Can you call me? I'll call you. I literally want to kill myself. I can't take this anymore. I feel so alone and like a problem. Just want to show this. She was also...
And that last clip was a little longer and like it led into me talking about that. But are we going to not use like literacy of like being a human being and understand? She's only saying she's going to KY's ass. He probably used it as a manipulation tactic. She's probably saying this like in a moment of embarrassment because she probably feels bad for bringing all these stalkers to this house of people who are her friends and her boyfriend. She's like, oh, someone ever like you get secondhand embarrassment for something you didn't do, or it's just connected to you and you just want to crawl up in a ball and just like, oh, I just want to end everything. Do people not like are people, he really thinks people are going to think like, oh, she's trying to use this as a manipulation tactic? No, she's just ashamed that is happening. She's like, oh no, I'm so sorry. Like basically that's what she's trying to imply. Like he's like, oh, see, she said it too. Oh my God, bro. No. Mizkif, you need to get help, gang. You need to get help, bro. You need the woosah. You need to bring it in. And it's just like he just needs to hone it in his mental health, bro. He said he's getting better, but only way to get, maybe this is a wake-up call. Only way Mizkif really will learn if he gets like shunned in the court of public opinion. Like he can do whatever you want, bro. He probably built an environment where he can just say whatever you want and he can get away with it because it's like a power dynamic. Because he's have the seniority. He got all these viewers. He can weaponize his community. And bro, like I got so many clips of this dude just talking about blaming Emmy Rue for all the stalkers. And bro, it's just that just frying me, bro. That's always gonna fry me, bro. But this is what happens when you never grow up and you got always like people to hold your back because you like content creation and things of that nature. Not content creation as in having a large following where you can weaponize them against people, like I said before. But yeah, this is wacky slush. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna show this clip because I was like, okay, maybe this video is going a little too long. But bro, how are you gonna blame this woman for people trying to follow her around?
On top of that, the stalkers were getting worse. One stalker came to my house and I had to point a gun at him for 30 minutes until the cops came. These stalkers are no joke, and the pressure from the relationship, the anger I felt, and the stalkers as a whole really made us lash out at each other. She would tell me that she doesn't realize what she's doing, that she didn't understand what she was doing wrong, but I would constantly tell her on and off stream that she needs to do more because these stalkers are getting worse. I know I wasn't perfect with my language or tone throughout this entire relationship. I know I wasn't. And I was aggressive at times.
This is insane. He's crazy. Bro, could you imagine you being a small, petite Asian woman? You just going about your day and people are obsessed with you because you pretty and you cosplay. And like I said, that community, that this is runs rampant in a lot of this community. I mean, anime is more mainstream. I love anime. But bro, he's like, you're doing this. You're doing this intentionally. You know what you're doing. What? Stop farming these people. What you mean farming these people? They're following me. They're obsessed with me. But listen, there's a lot of uncohesive thoughts. I'm sorry if I was just jumping point to point and just not really doing anything correctly. But listen, Mizkif, he really need to start like sun gazing or something. I mean, he left where he's from. He's alone now, but bro, he need to stop obsessing over view count, which is important for like being a content creator. I'm not saying that's really bad, but when it delves into your like personal life, when it's like real people in your like real relationships, then that's when you have to have a wake up call, bro. You need to look yourself in the mirror like, bro, what is wrong with me, bro? You need to open your inner Kevin Gates. Get freaky with yourself or something. As in freaky, as in open your third eye and understand who you was. I mean, Kevin Gates don't even do that, but I'm just yapping at this point. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It's been your boy try to say. How do y'all feel about the situation? Am I too hard on Mizkif? Am I too lenient on Emiru? Just let me know in the comments. Hit the like, comment, subscribe. I think I already said that before, but hey, yeah, I'm saying it again. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe. Peace, love, pixel. I love you all, bro. We about to stream again on YouTube, bro. Hey, man. It's me, your boy Tyler Saint. Watch Rosary Plus the Vampire. That's one of my classic animes on Netflix I used to watch when I was a youngin'. A lot of tits and panty shots, but listen, if y'all like that, hey, Gooner anime. I don't know where that came from.
Stop selling them phones that's wired to the federal government.